Okay, this is about the 5th time I've tried to make this video, and each time I just don't like it. So I'm gonna try something a little bit different. But hey there, I'm CGDannyB, and I really like indie games, and I like sharing them with you guys. Now, right now, the Steam Summer Sale is going on, and I've made a couple attempts at just telling you some of the games on sale, going from category to category, and all of them felt very like robotic and just not right. So instead, I just picked 20 deals on here, whether they're games that I own, games that I plan to buy, games I've never checked out but I've heard great things about, and I'm gonna tell you about them. Now, the amount of time I've wasted not making a good version of this video, Steam Summer Sale is almost over. It ends on the 12th, so I don't know how soon this is coming out. So you might only have a couple days to get these deals, so I apologize for the tardiness, but at least I tried. Before we get started, if you could do me a favor and like the video, it helps the channel grow so I continue to make more content showing you guys awesome indie games, because indie games just do it better. But thank you so much for the like. I appreciate it. You're a lovely individual, and your teeth look extra white today. You're flossing? I can tell. And if you just said, no, I'm not flossing, I would recommend it. If you use like the dental sticks, like that's kind of, that's like a habit. That's like a before bed, like fun little routine I do. A little napkin. Anyway, indie games. So first, I need to call out that the art for this is impeccable. The delivery girl they've been using for their Steam Summer Sale and whatnot, she's beautiful, she's lovely, you must protect her at all costs. First off, there's one here on sale. This is gonna be a freebie. This isn't gonna count towards our 20, but this is one that I feel like if everyone on Steam doesn't buy right now, you're missing your shot. And it's Celeste. Celeste is 90% off. It's $1.99. $2 for Celeste, impeccable. Now, if you're not familiar with Celeste, it is this 2D platformer with an incredible narrative. You're playing as Madeline, you're trying to climb to the top of Celeste Mountain, but there's both a literal mountain and a figurative mountain. You're going through depression and self-doubt. All the while you're doing this like cool supernatural jumping, dashing type deal. Sometimes you'll pick up crystals, give you a second jump. I feel like I really don't have to explain Celeste because I think a lot of people know it, but just in case you don't, this is for you. I picked this one up on Switch like way back when it launched in 2017, it might be 18, one of those, I think 2018. But oh my god, this game is just immaculate. This is one of my defaults, maybe not one of my favorites of all time, probably in my top 10, but usually when I'm recommending indies, anyone that wants like a nice story, something that's gonna make you feel something, Celeste is the go-to. And again, for a game that's normally 20 bucks and you can get it for $2. This is a steal. Okay, there's your freebie. But let me jump into the rest of the list. Okay, so for another super inexpensive one for a game that I absolutely love and would probably be in my top 10 as well, Monster Prom. Monster Prom is on sale. $2.99. Again, how much is this? Is 75% off. The game's typically 12 bucks. You can get it for $3 right now. Oh my god. These games are so freaking funny. So now, I was not the dating sim guy. I never really understood. It wasn't my type of game. And then we played Monster Prom. Monster Prom is super hysterical. You play as all these high school monsters, but everybody's at least 18, so we're good, we're chilling, nothing weird here. But all the creatures are monsters. There's ghosts, there's gorgons, there's vampires, werewolves, fish people, I said vampires, zombies. But it is also a multiplayer one, so you can usually play it online with friends. We'll typically screen share through Discord, and then one player picks everything because sometimes there's connectivity issues, but I think they're fixing that with the 3rd and 4th games. But absolutely adore these characters. There's Polly. She's like a really horny ghost who the only way she can come back to life is by doing a very specific sex position. There's Scott, who's like the big dumb goofy werewolf man. Like we always give him like a Scooby-Doo voice. A lot of the characters are voiced by YouTubers. Like Scott is voiced by Aaron Hansen from Game Grumps. Damien, the demon of hell with 2 gay dads, he's voiced by Nate Wants to Battle. Like this universe is so great because there's Monster Prom and then awesome art. There's Monster Prom, there's Monster Camp, there's Monster Road Trip, and then Monster Con comes out soon, and then Monster Retreat would be the next game. So we already know a couple of the games coming down the line, all with more and more characters, more detail. You're picking dialogue options, trying to get one of your dates to go with you to prom. I've definitely put over a couple hundred hours across the 3 different games so far. And when Monster Con drops, I'm putting in way more. Actually, let me check something. I want to see if the other games are on sale. Oh my god, this is a bargain. This is amazing. So Monster Camp, the sequel, it's the same type of gameplay, except you're at camp, you're trying to find someone to watch the stars with. This one's on sale for $4, which is a great deal. And then the 3rd game, Monster Road Trip, the way this one works is you are on a road trip with Polly and Scott, probably 2 of the best characters in the game. And as you take the path, you're stopping different locations, increasing your stats, and if any of them hit 0, your car breaks down and your road trip ends. But that one's only $7.19. You can get the whole series here for what, 15 bucks? Is that math right? Give or take a couple dollars? Okay, so this next one's really cool. I actually got a review code for this one, so I didn't buy this one. I got a code, but just for future reference, so FTC, whatever comes after me. But this is called Dros. So Dros is this like dark fantasy puzzle game. There's 2 different characters. There's the knight, I believe his name is Captain, and then there's like Dros, the little slime monster. The way it works, Captain gets damaged, but Dros, little Dros, can climb into his armor and like control his body. So what you do is when you take over Captain, you're able to fight creatures, different monsters, push different buttons and everything. But then when you climb out of the armor as little Dros, you can move around the map, go through little under tube carriages, whatever, and solve a bunch of puzzles and progress through the story. I've really enjoyed this one. I never finished it. But I got to play the demo a while back, and the team sent me a code. We're mutuals on TikTok. Really cool, guys. I love it. $6.59. It's $6.59 on sale right now. It's a really good deal if you're looking for a fun like 3D puzzle type deal. A little bit of combat, not a lot. You're not talking like super heavy encounters here. It's got fun little like comic book panels to tell the story. You're collecting different bits and parts for machines and mechanisms, and some enemies will jump out of the walls here and try and fight you. Mini boss battles. It's really cool. And yeah, for $7, pretty good deal. Okay, so this next one is on sale. I have not played the full game, but I played the demo during Steam Next Fest. And if you're a fan of games like Banjo-Kazooie, like classic 3D platformers, this is one to peep. This is Cavern of Dreams. So right now it's on sale for $4.87. You play as this little dragon, and you're going to find like your brothers and sisters' eggs like scattered all around the map. Very nostalgia heavy. I love the art style. I've always said I would love to see modern games use like the old PS1 N64 type visual style, and this is like right up that alley. I know I've told my buddy Chris, he's a huge nut for Banjo-Kazooie, grew up with it. I told him to check out Cavern of Dreams. I don't think he'd listen to me. Chris, you're a bum. Play Cavern of Dreams, especially because it's on sale. But yeah, like it's got that like 90s video game aesthetic to it. If you enjoy those classic platformers, it's got that same vibe. I think I was like saying it was Banjo-Kazooie meets Spyro the Dragon with the dragon eggs and everything, swimming underwater, the platforming, solving some mini puzzles, picking up clues to figure out where you need to go. It's just really charming. So if you like co-op puzzle games with a partner, How to Escape is on sale for $5.99. What's really cool about this one is that one of you has to play the game and one of you uses like a companion app. Now, some of the reviews aren't a big fan of that. They're like, it's unfair experience if you're playing with a friend online. That does kind of suck because one of you actually gets to play, but the other one gets like the app on the phone, and you're kind of seeing different things. It's almost like the guy with the phone is the person in the chair, and they're getting like, hey, when you go in this room, put in the code, blah, 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 blah. But the person in the game has to find where the certain thing is. I've wanted to try this one for a while. My problem is whatever it is with my Samsung phone and my microphone, they don't like each other because they do this. But yeah, if I was to pick up this game, you don't have to buy a second copy. If you want to do the thing where each person gets to play, you would need a second one, but the companion app's free. It comes along with the game. I've seen some people say the puzzles are a little confusing sometimes. I can't speak to it, but I did get to see a little bit of the gameplay at one of the Kind of Funny GDC showcases a while back, and I really dug what I saw. I still want to get in this one at some point. It's also available on other platforms, but again, it's on sale for like $6 on Steam, so give that one a shot. So this next one's on my list of shame, and I need to get to it like sooner rather than later. But this is Immortality, and it is on sale for $9.99. I think it's what, 50% off, somewhere in that ballpark. There's a bunch of games from this developer all in like the same wheelhouse, but this one's getting like some real love. But you are playing through individual like classic movies, and you're trying to splice together the narrative to figure out what's going on. Again, I haven't played it, so I can't give the details of what the stories are and what the characters are, but the actress behind it, she's impeccable. I've seen some of the clips. She again was on, I'm a huge Kind of Funny guy, so if you haven't noticed, but they interviewed her on Kind of Funny, talked about her behind the scenes of working on the game and getting it started. My buddy Matt Storm, they had just played through it and they had raving things to say about it. I need to sit down and play it because I hear so many great things about like Sam Barlow games, and I've not played a single one yet. And Immortality is going to be my first. I own it on PlayStation, but again, for $9.99, that's got to be a great deal for this one. Plus, if you like that full motion video type deal, if you're into like things like Her Story, it's another great one very similar to that. All right, here's another one. I got a key for this one. I reviewed it a little while back, but this one is Born of Bread, and I love this game. So Born of Bread is this Paper Mario styled RPG. Yes, so if you like Paper Mario, already right up your alley. But you play as Loaf. He is this flower golem, and you're going through this adventure where first, like, your papa gets kidnapped or taken to jail, so you have to figure out how to get him out. But you're playing through this adventure of a bunch of like demon like characters trying to take over the world and bring back the undead army. They're pretty nasty, not great people, but you have like this Resident Evil style inventory system. But the combat, again, very Paper Mario. You get you and your companion at any given time. You're fighting enemies on the side of the screen. As you go to attack them, if you hit on the right moment, you'll get that additional damage boost. All these different abilities where you can get like squash like bread and move around. You're really malleable. The narrative's really cute. The art style is awesome. I fell in love with this game start to finish. It had a few graphical issues off the rip, but it has been improved since then. So definitely recommend checking out Born of Bread if you like Paper Mario RPGs. And I think, yeah, what, $12.49, I think is the sale. Yeah. The honest already just talk about the game. I didn't even stop to think about the price, but yeah, $12.49, 50% off. So half off for that game. Ready for an absolute banger. This was my game of the year last year. This one is Dredge, and oh my god, I love this game so freaking much. So Dredge is on sale. It's $14.62 right now, so yeah, $14.60. But you are playing as a fisherman. You sail into this new town. Your boat gets damaged. The mayor's like, hey, we'll fix it for you. You're gonna have to do a couple favors for us. Eventually, you're sticking around the town. You're going fishing. You're selling them to the shop. He'll give you money. You use that to upgrade your boat so you can have more survivability. You can take more damage. You can get floodlights so you can see at night. But the problem is you have to make sure you're still going to bed, because the longer you're up, you start to go insane. So you're seeing things on the water. You don't know if they're real, if they're fake. It's got this Lovecraftian aesthetic to it. So you might see some giant tentacle sea monsters, or you'll go up to like a ship that's like, oh, it's abandoned, what happened? And then it'll turn into a giant lobster monster. Or if you've seen from the footage, like giant crows will swim around you, or big scary fish. There's all these different things lurking in the water. And as someone who is petrified of the water, because we don't know what all is down there, Dredge didn't scare me because of like the ocean and all the scary stuff, but it was this like psychological thriller of, is this all real? Is this actually going to kill me? Am I seeing things? Am I crazy? Do I need to just take a nap? One or the other. But the gameplay loop is so addictive. I put so many hours into it. I've gotten the platinum on PS5. I plan to go back and play the PS4 version and get the platinum again. And I'm sitting here, I'm like, shit, am I about to pick it up on Steam so I can play it again? No, I'm not. But you guys should, because if you haven't played Dredge, what a freaking masterpiece. I love this game. All right, I got another co-op or single player adventure for you, and this one is Pizza Possum. So you're playing as a possum, and I think if you're doing co-op, you have a raccoon as your partner or something like that, but you're just going around town stealing pizzas. You're unlocking doors, all these goofy fun puzzles, and causing chaos. Not quite Untitled Goose Game levels, but you want that pizza. And what wouldn't you do for a pizza? Another one I haven't played myself yet, but I was watching Jill Grote, the Indie Informer. She was playing it over on her stream during a Steam Next Fest. It looks super fun. It looks just goofy and crazy. This seems like a great one that I'd have a co-op partner with. We just have crazy, insane times on stream. Speaking of which, go follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/CGDannyB. I would appreciate it. You can watch us stream Monday, Thursday, and Saturdays. But anyway, no, it's a good time. If you have a loved one, a best friend, anything, some Discord friends you want to play some games with, Pizza Pasta on sale for $4.50, somewhere in the ballpark, $4.54 right now. You can pick it up on sale. So yeah, Pizza Possum. Go possum that pizza. Can I say that? Is that okay? So here's what I still got to add to the cart, but I'm definitely picking this one up, and it's American Arcadia. So I haven't played it yet, but essentially you play as this dude who is like secretly on a reality television show. You're trying to escape. You've got this like Big Brother thing. You're not doing like the competitive reality show, but like Real Housewives style, I guess. And you're being watched every move you make, everywhere you go, you're being captured on camera. But then you have the people behind the scenes. Some of them might be trying to help you out. Some are trying to keep you locked in here. I have not played it myself, but Jenny Wyndham from Wholesome Games and Geeks and Grounds, over on Geeks and Grounds, they did an episode where they kind of did a spoiler cast for it. I haven't watched the full thing because, again, I still plan to play it. But what I saw, great episode. If you aren't quite ready to play the game yourself, but you're interested in what happens, go check out Jenny's video on it. I'm really interested because I see the different gameplay where there's like kind of first person moments. I don't know if there's a cutscenes, because most of it is this 2D platformer type style. But if you like the 1970s, I'm bad with time periods, but if you like that 1970s vibe, it's got that for you. And that, again, that's on sale for $13.99. So not a bad deal. So if you like the Mad Max bullet time with vampires and werewolves, then El Paso Elsewhere is on sale for $13.99, just like the last game. I checked out the demo for this one a while back during a Next Fest, and I thought it was fun, but it didn't quite catch me like that. And then every one of my friends online was like, this game is so good. The game is incredible. You got to play it. I'm like, okay, I'm into it. now I gotta play it. But you can see from the footage, you're doing a bunch of diving and slow-mo, double pistol, you're fighting vampires and werewolves. If you're really into that, like, not horror necessarily, but if you like that gritty, John Wick fighting mythical creatures type deal, this one might be the vibe for you. But yeah, $14 for this one. I don't know how long it is, but go shoot some vampires. So this one is a brand new racing game that just came out in May. It's on sale. I think it's like 25% off, but it's like $10. Imagine Mario Kart meets Ultimate Chicken Horse. So unlike Mario Kart, where you're typically picking up items, throwing turtle shells, banana peels, whatever, this one you're picking up different items that you're using to place on the track. So you're either creating shortcuts for people to use or obstacles that people have to get around. I haven't played this one yet. I did just recently receive a key. And if all goes according to plan, the day this goes up, I should be streaming it with my buddy Nerdstorm tonight on Twitch. So if you want to hang out and catch that, we play Ultimate Godspeed. This one's just, I love the vibe of this one. It's one of those things that it's a very typical type of game, but we're adding that extra mechanic that kind of changes it up a bit. We're adding these cool, like, placing items so it mixes up the race course, that it's not just a pick up items and throw to stop each other, but it evolves that kart racing formula a little bit. So if you're ready for a fun with your games, you guys all pick it up. $10, pretty good deal. Someone please keep track of how many times I said pretty good deal or not a bad buy or something like that, because without a script in front of me, my brain's just saying, say the thing, that's the period, Danny. Pretty good deal. Yet another Steam Next Fest demo that I played. If you like roguelikes and painting, then Antipaint's a good way to go. So very Vampire Survivors-esque type roguelite, except all of the battles take place on canvases. Sometimes you're fighting through famous paintings. If you just saw in the footage there, you're fighting against like the Mona Lisa, all the different paint brushes and spray paint cans. There's different guns and stuff to battle with. Poke the Atom, that's really funny. I didn't get to that boss in the demo. But they have like the Scream, which is the yawn instead. It's really addicting. The demo only let me play so far, so like I wanted to play more. But this one's on sale for like $7, $6.39 right now. And then it paints the levels. You're seeing all these different colors and paint droplet type enemies rush at you. So if you like Vampire Survivors and you like classic and maybe even some modern art, this is the one to go with. All right, so this is a brain itching, like almost game of the year contender for me right now. And this is Oddsparks. This came out a few months ago. Another one I received a key for, so just FTC, important things to state there. But it is an automation survival game. Not really a survival game as much, but you are playing with these little guys called Sparks. So almost like Pikmin, where you find these little dudes. Some are good at carrying stuff. Some are good at activating and crushing things. So you're turning into different items you can use to level up other areas. And it's just, the routine is addicting. It is so addicting. Yeah, so you go to the machine, you'll craft some sparks, you use those sparks, you'll set them up with a certain machine along with some on a path that'll just routinely make the thing that you need. Some will harvest stones, they'll put them in the machine, boom, you got the new item. You'll send out a bunch to cut down trees, you'll set up a giant machine that cuts down a gigantic tree, which will constantly produce wood, and then you're setting all these different automated things up to other automated things so you can just keep your surroundings going at any given time. It's also multiplayer. I haven't played in the multiplayer yet. I don't know any friends that have it. So friends, if you have Oddsparks and you want to play, I'm down to start a new world because I think this would be great co-op. Again, it's not really a survival game, but for lack of a better term, in that survival game genre never really hits me. But this one just, every little crevice of my brain has been itched playing Oddsparks. This one is $15.99 right now. Not a big sale because it's still recent release, but immaculate. Please play Oddsparks, please. Okay, now an ad has not just kicked in, stick with me, but you know, all of those mobile games that are never actually the gameplay that you think they are, and then when you download it, it's not even close, so you uninstall it and leave a bad review on the Google Play Store or App Store. Yeah, this is the game that is those games. Are those games? I don't know the grammar there, but this is it. So this one's called, yeah, you want those games, right? So here you go. Now, let's see if you can clear them. That's the whole name of the game. Yeah, as you can see, it's got the ones where you pull the rods. It's got, I'm trying to think of the other ones that are in here, but you have all those mobile ads, the ones where you match the numbers and fight the different creatures or get the numbers up, match them up, moving the cars and everything. My buddy Dwarven Lion has played this one a little bit. He was into it. I think he had a few complaints here and there. Some of the Steam reviews reflect that as well. But yeah, any of the mobile games you see where it's just like, psych, not the actual game, this gives you that in a very WarioWare style like situation. You get the timer on the clock, you're trying to beat in a certain amount of time. I've seen some people don't like that. They kind of want like a free play mode where you just play the game until your heart's content. But yeah, if you want that mobile game itch, this gives you all of that on Steam. And it is on sale for $7.99. So good deal. Ah, damn, it's another one. So this is one me, both, and my podcast partner Topher fell in love with, and it's Rusty's Retirement. It's not on a big sale, but it's currently $5.59, so a little under $6. But you're playing as this little robot guy. I guess technically you're the god of little robot guy, but it is a time wasting type game that you can have open on your monitor while something else is open. It only takes up a portion of your screen. If you can see on here, it'll sit at the bottom. You can just put it at the top, the side, whatever. But you are just letting Rusty do his thing. He's clearing up spaces. He's planting ingredients. You'll get different robots that you can use to then harvest water your plants, plant seeds, and get the whole thing set up. You'll have shops to set your whole area up with. It's addicting. I was playing the demo, and the amount of content I got from the demo, I was like, holy crap, there's so much to do here. And like, I want to see more of this world. And for $5, I'm in. So yeah, it's out now. It's a super inexpensive experience, and it's addicting. So if you like your little farming sims, play Rusty's Retirement. So I tried to put games that were too similar to each other, but this game's really great. And if you like Monster Prom, you should also check out Doomsday Paradise. So it's very similar to Monster Prom. There's monsters you're trying to date and everything. The cast is a little bit smaller, but the whole thing with it is that you're trying to find your partner to save the world. So what this one adds that Monster Prom doesn't have is it has combat. So you'll go around, you interact with people, flirt with them, be like, hey, you're really hot, nice abs. You want to go fight some demons? And then when you cycle back, you'll have these encounters. So as you interact with people, you'll pick up new weapons, new attacks, new spells, and you take those into combat. And then you play those cards each turn to try and take out the demons and then reach the end. Another great co-op one, we play this one on stream. I don't know if this one has like multiple game multiplayer, but again, we did like the Steam remote play, screen share on Discord type deal. Another really fun one, I'm into Cleo. She's like the ripped ass melanated woman, and holy shit, she is so fine. I also got to mention is another one I received a code for, so just in case this and the other, I don't want to get in trouble with the FTC. But the characters are hot. So if you're down bad for some monsters, Doomsday Paradise, $12.74 right now on sale, and it's more Monster Prom fun for you, with a little bit of a twist in there, Another one that's on an insanely massive sale, Disco Elysium's $4, $3.99. If you're not familiar with Disco Elysium, but you also have like recently played Baldur's Gate, like this might be for you. So you're playing as a detective, something happened to you, you've lost your memory, but the whole game is dialogue based with rolling dice. So imagine you're just rolling that D20, doing your charisma intelligence checks any given time. You see a body hanging from a tree. You're like, huh, I wonder what happened here. Roll the die. Ooh, a 1. You have no clue what's happening. You don't even see the body. You get a 20 and you're like, boom, I figured it out. This guy hung himself for doing this, that, the other. Like, that's the whole point of the game. I've never finished it. It's a long game. But it's got this visual grungy art style, really incredible writing and narrative. The animations are really cool. Disco Elysium for a game this size on Steam for $4. I'm not going to say it, but you know what I'm going to say. So one more co-op game for you guys. If you like games like It Takes Two or any other co-op games you can play with a friend or a loved one, Bokura is this really dope one where you have two versions of the game, but both of you are in like different timelines. So for example, one of you are playing as two animals. I think it's a duck and a bear. And in the other one, you're playing as two robots. However, you're all seeing similar but different things. So for example, the person with the animals, they might see a giant hole in the ground while the robots can't see that. So the bear has to be like, hey, by the way, friend, you're seeing this, not this. I'm like, okay, got it. But then you have to solve puzzles where someone has to go up on a scaffolding, but the person in the animal timeline has to activate it while the robot's like, hey, don't send me too high because there's spikes up there and all those different things. I've seen people playing through this one on TikTok and everything. It's the one that I've been meaning to pick up, so me and my buddy Kanai can play through it. We always do co-op adventures together. And this one just looks so charming. It looks so adorable. And I think we're gonna have a good time, probably not struggling, but there might be like, hey, moron, you didn't pay attention to this thing. Regardless, I love the mix of the different realities in it. So if you want another one like that, $3. And I'm even rounding up, $2.74. Go play with your friends. So I had plans to talk about Punch Club 2 here. Punch Club 1 is also on sale. Punch Club 1 is $1.99, but Punch Club 2, the much more refined and detailed one, is $9.99. If you don't know what Punch Club is, you're basically playing as an up-and-coming boxer in this world that's like sometimes real boxing, but most of the time not really. So you get up in the day, you have to choose, like, am I going to work out? Am I going to go to work? Am I going to be able to afford groceries? Am I going to take the bus to the gym, or am I going to walk there? And like all of it gives you different stat boosts, but sometimes you got to spend money to get places. Sometimes you gain extra durability or stamina because you walked somewhere, you went to the gym today. This one's got some crazy timeline stuff. As you can see from the trailer, there's like Kit from Knight Rider in there. There's a talking lion dude. I don't know what the narrative is here. But Punch Club's just really fun and addicting. If you like that grind of just kind of progressively making your character better. And then when you get to combat, you have like cards which you pick your attacks with. So you'll have jabs, hooks, all that fun stuff. Usually you want to build one direction. I think if you aim to balance out, you end up kind of just lowballing yourself. So if you want to go for strength, you want to go for durability, you want to go for stamina, whatever the stats are. The Punch Club games are really good for that. And like I said, the first one's like $1.99. So if you want to start there and figure out if you like it or not, then jump into 2. That one's only $10 right now. And to round this one out, Spiritfarer. Oh my God, I love this game so much. So Spiritfarer, it's on sale for $7.49. If you don't know what it is, you are playing as the new Spiritfarer. You're helping guide spirits to the afterlife. However, most of them have unfinished business. They have things they haven't done yet they need to complete, people they need to talk to, things they need to say. They have their final meal, all different stuff. There's all these different characters. And they're all different anthropomorphic animals. There's a giant frog. There's an elegant deer lady. There's 2 different lion type characters. There's a walking, talking mushroom. This little old hedgehog lady, God, she made me cry. But what you do is you explore this world on your boat, and you go to different islands, use those to get different resources. You go back and plant it on your ship. You'll grow different trees, which you can then turn into food, give them to people, increase their stats, make them happy, be like, ooh, my tummy's full, that's good. Make different clothing for them. There's all these different mini games. I remember sitting at work on my lunch break. Like, I would have my Switch at the ready, and as soon as that clock would tick for lunch break, boom, the wiki's up, I'm going here, let me find the spot, boom, we're in. I got this thing, I made this person happy. And when you finally achieve the goals for each person, you'll take them to the gate they need to pass on. They'll stand up, they'll give you a hug on the boat, and then they pass on. And some of those are the most heart-wrenching moments because you don't want to see them leave. And you're like, I'm so glad I was able to help you. I love this character. I would die for you. It's just such a magical experience. Thunder Lotus, the team's working on their next game, 33 Immortals. I've dug what I've played of the beta so far, but if after 33 Immortals we go with like a Spiritfarer 2 or something similar to this vein, oh my God, I love Spiritfarer. And if there was a game, there's a lot of games on here to love, and there's so many more games I haven't even talked about on sale, so you definitely want to check out these deals while you can. But Spiritfarer is bar none, probably one of, if not my favorite games to mention on this sale that I think more people need to play. And with that, there are some of my favorite deals during Steam Summer Sale. Now, this wasn't even close to all of the games on sale, so be sure to let me know which games you saw on sale that I should have mentioned in here, and let me know if there's any extra ones I should pick up before the sale ends. Now, if you want an even longer video, best indie games here on YouTube, they did a super comprehensive list of a bunch of games. They sort it by like how big of a discount they are. I wish I had the time and manpower to make something that big, but I'm one guy, I ain't got it all in me. But it's a super great video. If you're looking for even more sales, I'll link that one in the description for you. Be sure to check that out. Also, let me know what you guys think about this video. If you've seen any of my content before, you know I like to do a lot more scripted content where I kind of plan out what I'm going to say. And I'm trying to get more in this habit of just kind of speaking and talking naturally. But also I feel like it might just be a little cluttered and extra. So let me know what you're thinking. I think it probably came out pretty well. With that being said, if you enjoyed the video, please do me a favor and like it. It really helps the channel grow and more people find some awesome indie games. And speaking of awesome indie games, if you want to stick around and see some more amazing indie content, be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.